King Kong is one of the most iconic movie monsters of all time. He's been featured in numerous films over the years, each telling a slightly different story about his origin and ultimate fate. But what is a true story of King Kong? How did he evolve from a simple ape into a towering giant we know and love? In this video, we're going to explore the evolution of King Kong from his humble beginnings to his ultimate showdown with humanity. We're going to learn about the different versions of Kong that has appeared on the screen over the years. And to make this even more thrilling, we're going to look at the scientific theories that have been proposed to explain his existence. 1933, King Kong. King Kong first appeared in the 1933 film of the same name. It was directed by Marion C. Cooper and Ernest B. Shostasak, and it starred Fay Wray, Bruce Cabot, and Robert Armstrong. In this film, Kong is a giant ape who lives on a remote island in the Pacific Ocean. He's the king of the island, and he rules over the other animals with an iron fist. One day, a group of explorers arrives on the island. They're led by Carl Denham, a filmmaker who's looking for a new star for his latest movie. Kong captures Denham and his crew, but they eventually manage to escape. The filmmakers capture Kong and bring him back to New York City. Kong is put on a display in the theater, but he soon escapes and wreaks havoc on the city. He eventually climbs the Empire State Building, where he's shot and killed by airplanes. You remember that epic scene? The 1933 film King Kong was a huge success, spawning numerous sequels and remakes. So the beginning was a great one. Do you know one thing? After seeing a gorilla at the Bronx Zoo, Cooper had the idea for a giant ape. Shostasak was a filmmaker who specialized in special effects. He was one of the ones who brought Kong to life on screen. Another animal that inspired King Kong is the Brontosaurus. The Brontosaurus were large dinosaurs that lived in the Mesozoic era. No scientific evidence supports the existence of the creature like King Kong. However, there are some scientists who believe that it is possible that creatures like King Kong could have existed in the past. 1976, King Kong. The 1976 remake of King Kong was directed by John Gillerman, and it starred Jeff Bridges, Jessica Lange, and John Lithgow. The 1933 and 1976 version of King Kong have the same basic story because they're both remakes of the original 1933 film. The film tells a similar story to the 1933 film, but some key differences exist. In the 1976 film, Kong is not a savage beast. He's more of a sympathetic character who is capable of love and compassion. The reason why the 1933 and 1976 versions of King Kong have the same basic story is that the filmmakers of the 1976 film wanted to stay true to the original film. They wanted to make a film that would be faithful to the original, and they felt that the best way to do that was to keep the same basic story. The 1976 film does make some changes to the original story. For example, the 1976 film gives Kong more of a sympathetic personality. He's not the savage beast that he is in the original film. He's more of a gentle giant who is simply trying to protect his home. The 1976 film was not as successful as the 1933 film. However, it's still considered to be a classic monster movie. The film's cast is excellent, with Jeff Bridges giving a standout performance as Carl Denham. The film's special effects are groundbreaking for its time, and it still holds up well today. In 2005, King Kong. Have you ever been to a 2015 King Kong movie? We know the question is irrelevant. We would have asked instead how many times you have watched this movie. Gen Zs out there might have started watching the King Kong series from the 2015 movie. It was a huge blockbuster hit and still a popular movie today. The movie was directed by Peter Jackson, who also directed the Lord of the Rings trilogy. The movie was filmed in New Zealand, and it used a lot of practical effects, which means that there were a lot of real stuff happening on the set, not just CGI. The movie was a critical and commercial success, and it was nominated for 3 Academy Awards. In the 2005 film King Kong, Kong is portrayed as a complex and sympathetic character. He's a creature who is both powerful and gentle. He's capable of great violence, but he's also capable of great love. The filmmakers consulted with paleontologists and primatologists to create Kong that is both believable and awe-inspiring. The 2015 film is more visually stunning, with groundbreaking special effects that bring Kong to life in a way that's never been seen before. The 2015 film also takes a more realistic approach to the story. exploring the science behind Kong's existence and the impact he would have had on the world if he were real. (2017) Kong, Skull Island. The 2017 film Kong, Skull Island was directed by Jordan Vogt-Roberts, and it starred Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, and Samuel L. Jackson. It's a prequel to the 2015 Godzilla and tells a story of how Kong came to be the king of Skull Island. The film is set in the 1970s and follows a group of explorers who travel to Skull Island to investigate a mysterious signal. They soon find themselves in a battle for survival against Kong and the other creatures on the island. The film was a critical and commercial success, grossing over $566 million worldwide. It was the highest-grossing film of 2017. The film ends with Kong battling a giant octopus. Moreover, the film ends with the tease of a feature battle between Kong and Godzilla. Will these two titans clash? We'll know within a few minutes. 2021 Godzilla vs. Kong. Adam Wingard directed the 2021 film Godzilla vs. Kong. It starred Alexander Skarsgård, Millie Bobby Brown, and Rebecca Hall. The film pits Kong against Godzilla, another iconic movie monster. The two creatures battle for supremacy, and the world's fate hangs in the balance. Godzilla vs. Kong was a critical and commercial success. Godzilla is a giant dinosaur that lives in the ocean. He's a protector of the Earth, and he fights against other monsters who threaten the planet. Godzilla is also incredibly powerful, and he is able to use his atomic breath to incinerate his enemies. In the movie King Kong vs. Godzilla, Godzilla is portrayed as the bad guy, while King Kong is portrayed as a good guy. This is because Godzilla is seen as a threat to humanity, while King Kong is seen as a protector of humanity. Godzilla's atomic breath is capable of causing widespread destruction, while King Kong's strength is only used to defend himself and those he cares about. The movie has a budget of $200 million, which makes it one of the most expensive movies ever made. It got a PG-13 rating for sequences of monster action, violence and destruction, and some language. King Kong vs. Godzilla is a must-see for any fan of monster movies. Are we going to talk about the upcoming one? Of course. The next King Kong movie, Godzilla vs. Kong: The New Empire, is scheduled to be released on March 15, 2024. The film is directed by Adam Wingard and has a star cast of Dan Stevens, Rebecca Hall, Brian Tyree Henry, and Kaylee Hoddle. It's a sequel to the Godzilla vs. Kong 2021 and the fifth film in the legendary picture Monsterverse. We're very much excited for the next, aren't you? However, the film's plot is still under wraps, but it's said to follow Kong as he travels to the Hollow Earth, a hidden world inhabited by the other Titans. There, he must team up with Godzilla to battle a new threat. Wow, that sounds more than a blockbuster. The film is expected to be a visual spectacle with groundbreaking special effects that bring Kong and the other Titans to life. It's also expected to be an action-packed thrill ride, with plenty of monster battles to entertain audiences. From the groundbreaking 1933 classics to the modern-day adaptations, King Kong has become an iconic symbol of strength, beauty, and an enduring power of storytelling. Each iteration has brought something unique to the table, showcasing the incredible advancements in visual effects and filmmaking techniques. Whether you're a fan of the original black and white wonder or the thrilling CGI adventures, one thing remains clear: King Kong's legacy continues to inspire awe and wonder, reminding us of the timeless magic of cinema. So sit back, enjoy, and let King Kong's mighty roar transport you to a world where imagination knows no bounds. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Comment down your favorite one of yours from the sequels. Also, what do you think of the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong? The New Empire is going to be brought into the theaters. Share your thoughts in the comments box below. Have a great day ahead. Bye.